Hi guys, this week, oh wow, what a week, eh? A week of colorism. Well, it's so strange. The Fresh and Fit podcast, those guys really stepped into it, with this Asian doll thing. And everyone is like reporting on it. And if you notice something that it's kind of weird is the most loudest voices are black women empowerment space voices, which is weird because they're known for calling men dusties and some of them are even divestors who are saying the most disgusting thing you can ever think of black men. But a lot of them feel offended by this. Now, I don't agree with the colorist statements that, I've seen in these clips. I don't. But what I wonder about is why are these people who have made their entire platform on denigrating black men, why do these people seem surprised when there are some black men who have the mirror image type of impression of black women? Seems strange, eh? So for me, I'm just watching this all and in awe of it. I mean, as I said, these young ladies who go on this program, they're looking for clout. I mean, the podcast they go on already has clout. It has a following of young men. So it's normally Instagram models or people with OnlyFans or people with small businesses that are looking to get clout. So they go on these programs. And, what I don't like with these programs, of course, is that there is a very anti-woman atmosphere because a lot of the audience members actually feel slighted by beautiful women and they like to see beautiful women handled sternly, which is a very weird thing. So that's the part that I don't like with the show. But having these BWE, black women empowerment space people, speak out of two sides of their mouths, it's kind of entertaining because on one side they're calling black men dusties and all manner of negative things, but on the other hand they don't like being called Shaniquas and LaQuishas. But funny enough, they don't mind calling black men Pookie, Ray Ray. They don't mind calling them Tyrone. They don't mind calling them Dusties. And I wouldn't even go into the other negative names. So it just seems kind of weird. And it's so funny. For white women, they have been called Beckies and Snow Bunnies. And I've heard some of these black women empowerment spaces call them Beckisha. So I don't know. I'm not fully understanding why this loud shout. It seems to me that they want to be an extra protected class. And as a black man, I'm wondering if we're creating an ultra protected class within the black race. Just my thoughts. But anyhow, let's move on to this preference. I like it because a preference speaking about the fact that black men have preferences. Very interesting. Because I wonder if she's using her platform as a preference to speak about preferences. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, let's hear her.
Look, colorist and texturous black men ain't much better than the black men who only date interracially and spew their misogynoir to the non-black women that they date. Because colorist and texturous black men think because they date black women, they're absolved of their anti-blackness within their colorism and texturism. And then the black women who date these colorist, texturous black men are just as bad as anti-black, non-black women that go after black men. Because y'all be comfortable with the privilege. Y'all be comfortable being the preference, so you don't check them. Matter of fact, you low-key revel in the fact that you are the preference, and then you pretend like you don't understand why people hate you. Why there's resentment towards you. Where's all this resentment coming from? I don't get it. Interesting reaction. Y'all low-key be worse than the black people who just be blatant like, I don't like colors because y'all be gaslighting for the black community. Talking about you're not anti-black, but you hella anti-black.
Do you think white men are more attractive than other men?
Yes.
I do have a preference for Caucasian men.
I preferably like white men.
But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. That's why I married white. Yeah, that's what I like.
I am attracted to white guy.
If you had to choose.
White.
White.
I'm into like surfers, and most surfers are like white.
What's your preference?
My preference is a Caucasian male.
Caucasian male.
Juliana, what about you? You're originally from Indonesia. Who do you prefer to date? And why?
I prefer to date Caucasian men.
When it comes to a male, what's your favorite race to mess with?
I like white dudes.
So let's chat about this a bit. I think we need to understand the difference between racism and a preference. Now, who people decide to date, that's their choice and that's their preference. I think that that is not something that anyone should politicize or try to bash or anyone about. But I think when you try to denigrate another set of people, that's horrible. My issue is that yes, when you do that, it normally creates you're basically trying to lower the self-esteem of someone else. What I don't understand is why in the BWE space, the Black woman empowerment space, this is constantly done against black men. I can't understand it. But the one time or the two times that it happens, with black women, not even to the extent, I mean, you wouldn't understand the names they call black men on some of these spaces, especially divestor spaces. So I don't understand, how is it that they cannot see that they are doing the same thing that they're angry about, and they're doing it even worse than what these guys from the podcast did. But suddenly they should be cancelled, and that's why that term being cancelled no longer has much effect, because what is happening is it's whoever is the biggest crybaby, and right now it is obvious who is becoming the biggest crybaby. Thank you.